The legendary beasts Raikou, Entei, and Suicune have long been the source of speculation and discussion due to the fact that their origin is presented to us, though not in its entirety. While this is technically an old theory and it has a few different answers and ideas, why not revive it in the modern day? The story goes that a few hundred years ago in the Johto region, lightning struck the brass tower, which caused it to go up in flames. 3 unnamed Pokemon were trapped inside and perished. After the fire was put out by the rain, Ho-Oh appeared and revived these 3 Pokemon, and they emerged as Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. Their typings are said to represent the lightning that struck the tower, the fire that burned it, and the rain that washed it, respectively. There's quite a bit to dissect here, but let's start by establishing the question, what were these Pokemon originally? One of the main theories that was generally believed was that they were a Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon, due to the fact that they're both trios that share the same typings and even abilities, at least up until recently. Though the fact that the legendary beasts' typings are apparently meant to represent the different aspects of the tragedy implies that they weren't initially electric, fire, and water. So generally, it's thought that they might have actually been Eevee instead. And also it's for this reason that the theory of them being the same Pokemon before the revival is less often believed than the Eevee theory. With the release of Pokemon Generations, we're given a better look into the details of this event, and are even shown the 3 Pokemon trapped inside the burning tower, though in silhouette form, and because of that we can't really tell a whole lot about them aside from the shape. They appear as thin, quadrupedal canids. In shape, they resemble Pokemon like Houndoom, Zygarde 10%, and Lycanroc. It doesn't make sense for Houndoom to get trapped in the fire. Zygarde 10% couldn't have died because that would affect the potential formation of Zygarde Complete. And even though Lycanroc could make some sense, there is the question of what's it doing in the Johto region. Really, these silhouettes are meant to represent nondescript Pokemon for the sake of not giving a solid answer. And really, the reason is that the answer doesn't exactly matter. And you could really argue that they were any Pokemon, and that these silhouettes don't matter, but Pokemon Generations is often seen as canon to the main series as it was intended to tell the untold stories in the context of the games, and they always fit as nice puzzle pieces into the missing gaps. I think it kind of brings up another question, and that is, what exactly are the legendary beasts? They're not dogs. Suicune appears more canid, but Raikou and Entei appear more feline. And there's also the reason that in appearance they're much more mythological as opposed to some Pokemon that are just straight up regular animals. It just makes more sense to call them beasts rather than dogs. Although the recently discovered beta versions of these Pokemon do resemble dogs more so. And so there was originally some more unity amongst them. And if you want to get weird, you could even say that these were the Pokemon that died in the fire and were transformed after being revived. I think an interesting idea is that maybe Raikou, Entei, and Suicune were already a group of legendary or mythical Pokemon, and after becoming what they are now after their revival, left no trace of the originals. Though I still do think that initially they were regular old Pokemon, and I do like their current iterations best. The representation in Pokemon Generations leads us to believe that they were all the same Pokemon, especially if they were all together, but they definitely could have all been different Pokemon. And really, this is why I think the Eevee theory is so persistent, because Eevee itself is a mix of a cat, dog, and fox, and so it makes it easier to justify the fact that Raikou and Entei's appearance is very different from Suicune's. The real mystery behind all of this is, what exactly did Ho-Oh do? Like, what even are its powers? Sure, it being a Pokemon version of the Phoenix and Fenghong, I would expect it to have abilities related to revival, but also just transforming the subjects of its revival completely into brand new Pokemon? Ho-Oh can apparently just do that whenever it wants, but has only been observed doing it once. It's likely it just happened to be around when all of this occurred and decided to show some grace to the dead Pokemon. I just find it really interesting that people usually theorize about the legendary beasts, but don't give any thought to the bird that started it in the first place. Probably because its powers are just so vague and unexplainable. And an idea I've discussed before, that every legendary Pokemon is basically a god in a pantheon, I guess can kind of explain Ho-Oh's abilities as it being the Pokemon god of revival, but that's just one small attempt to try and justify what exactly is going on here. But whatever the truth is, these Pokemon will continue to live on in legends. But anyway, hey, this is GatorEX, and let me know what you think about the legendary beasts. Which one is your favorite? Raikou, Entei, Suicune. Honestly, I really like them all. I really like Suicune, again, just because Pokemon Forever is one of my favorite Pokemon movies. Although we're going to be, hopefully we're going to be discussing some other stuff coming up soon in terms of the anime appearances of these Pokemon. And Suicune is just, you know, pretty cool in a Pokemon tournament as well, and in the games also. But let me know what you think in terms of their origins, their designs overall, stuff like that. And if you'd like to see maybe me revisit some topics like this just with more information that we know nowadays, I think a big thing was the beta versions of these Pokemon. Just nicely done, because if I'm being genuinely honest, a lot of my old videos are very ugly and they don't look good, they don't sound good. Not that I want to remake them verbatim, but there are some topics that maybe I would like to revisit. Let me know if that's something you think I should do. But if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe, drop some applause if you're able to. You can check out my anime channel. I card up there, video there. We're discussing ReZero and Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s currently, and hopefully can add some other anime stuff to the agenda. If you'd like to stick around with other videos, I messed up my outro, but you can enable notifications by clicking that bell icon next to the subscribe button. I'll make sure you see each new video. But anyway, this has been GatorEX. Have a nice day.